Hey everybody, Happy New Year! As we move into 2024, there are a ton of good games coming out in the boomer shooter, movement shooter, retro shooter, whatever you want to call it, genre. And I wanted to highlight my top 10 picks of games that I think show the most promise, and I am keeping a keen eye on. And please ignore the Quake gameplay, I just needed something to fill the void while I did this video's intro. My wish list is sitting at over 100 various games, the majority being old school boomer shooters. So I think it is safe to say there are a ton of games to look forward to coming out soon, and it was hard to boil down my top picks into just 10 choices, but I did it, and I have a good list for you today. But please note that some of these say coming soon on their Steam pages and don't promise a 2024 release window, so it's very possible I will be wrong and a few of these won't come out this year. However, considering I've been following the development on almost all of these titles and several have released demos, announced updates on their Steam pages, and or during Realms Deep, I think 2024 is a safe bet for most all of these choices. Alright, let's get into the list. At number 10, I have Echo Point Nova. Echo Point Nova is a fast-paced open-world movement shooter by Warlock Studio, who brought us the very well-received Severed Steel back in 2021. With a hoverboard, grappling hook, level-up abilities, an open world, and 4-person co-op, this game should be a fast-paced, fun time. I'm really excited about the co-op option, as I don't feel enough games like this create that experience anymore. A demo is available on the Steam page, which I've played, and I highly recommend you check this one out. Next up at number 9 by Slipgate Ironworks in 3D Realms is Phantom Fury. Shelly Bombshell Harrison from Aeon Fury is back in this, quote, first-person action and road movie adventure. So I'm translating this as a part Duke Nukem and part Mad Max game. I think that sounds awesome, so I hope that is truly the inspired crossover we get with this one. With over 20 weapons, skills, upgrades, large array of enemies, and a very interactive world, it sounds like this one should be a great time with a ton of content. If Phantom Fury does release in 2024, my guess it will be in Q4, but it is possible that we may not see it until 2025. But regardless, according to a developer post on the Steam forums, a demo should be coming out in 2024, so at least we'll have that. At number 8 is Brutal Fate, hey that rhymed, by indie developer Marcos Abinante. I hope I said your name right. An ultra-violent shooter inspired by sci-fi movies of the 80s and 90s, Brutal Fate claims to be a blend of classic shooters with non-linear level design with some modern aspects, making it a blend of retro and new, with details like enemies that can be dismembered and exploded and environments that can be destroyed. Brutal Fate hopes to bring you an immersive experience. Brutal Fate will have a 3-episode campaign with multiple endings, a very large arsenal of weapons, huge non-linear levels, a large cast of enemies, the ability to command NPC Marines who follow you, and it all runs off of the GZ Doom engine, where the developer has made a point of saying that they hope the community will mod the game. I think all of that sounds pretty sick, and I really like the mech from the trailer, so sign me up. At 7, I have Compound Fracture by another indie developer, Itera Games. I have to admit, I don't know much about this one, but I put it on the list because of dinosaurs. We don't get enough dinosaur shooters in general, let alone a retro one, so I think right away this game has an intriguing look. The developer has stated in a Q&A that his goal is to make this game look like it came from PlayStation 1, but will include modern aspect ratios and resolutions. It is a narrative-driven shooter with action, but the action will be more slow-paced and deliberate. From the trailer, it looks like it has some serious Jurassic Park horror vibes, like that part where the lights are off and that guy's severed hand falls on that gal's shoulder. While the developers have been tight-lipped about a release window, they are hard at work, and I'm praying for a late 2024 release, but it is possible we won't see this game until 2025. And at 6, I have Shady Knight, developed by indie dev Alexei Captain Psy. I was really impressed by this game's demo. Despite feeling clunky at first, once I got the hang of the controls, I loved the movement, fluid platforming, and the fast-paced combat. While this one may not count as a retro shooter, the speed has a familiar feel to it that classic shooter fans will enjoy. As the Shady Knight, you can throw barrels, kick enemies into spikes, smash them against walls, slide kick them with speed, and do more vicious attacks like mid-air juggle slashing, overhead chops, slams, and shooting them with your rapid-firing bow. There's a style rank mechanic, meaning that your score will be higher the more creative you can abuse your foes. This one is looking to be a good time, and I recommend checking out the demo if you haven't already. Moving into the top 5, I have Wrath, Aeon of Ruin. Maybe one of the more well-known games on this list, as it has been infamously stuck in early access development hell since November of 2019. Being developed by Killpixel and 3D Realms, Wrath Aeon of Ruin is set to release out of early access in February 2024. Working with the original Quake engine, part of the development struggles has been finding the proper team who know the Quake engine to see this project to the finish line. But it is coming, and when it releases in its final form, that is when I personally plan to play this Quake-inspired shooter. With some interesting weapons, levels that look straight out of a modern-day Quake or Doom, this game does not look like it plans to rewrite the classic gameplay loop, but enhance it, and I'm all for it. At 4, I have Project Warlock Lost Chapters by Buckshot Software. While Project Warlock 2 may be a sequel to the first game, the gameplay of it is different enough where the two Project Warlocks games feel pretty different, as the second one plays more vertically. As a fan of the original game, I was excited to see when Lost Chapters was announced to bring us more of the first game's classic Wolfenstein 3D style gameplay. Unlike others in this list that are just coming soon, Lost Chapters does say 2024 as the release date. Getting into the top 3 now, I have Age of Hell. A demo of this game can be played, and I recommend you check it out right now. Age of Hell by indie developer Hellforge Studios is a Doom clone built with the GZ Doom engine, and it does not hide that fact at all. Age of Hell wears its heart on its sleeve. You are the Crusader, the last member of an ancient order of holy warriors pledged to defend the mortal plane against horrors from the abyss. And as the armies of hell invade, as is your oath, you must defend. The game will boast 6 episodes, an epic soundtrack, and a randomized upgrade system to add new challenges and playstyles to your experience. As someone who loves Doom, I appreciated the reboots with Doom 2016 and Eternal, but I am excited for a more modern pixel art slaughtering take on Doom as well. I do not think this game will disappoint. At number 2, I have another amazing looking GZ Doom game called Selaco coming in May of 2024. Being developed by Altered Orbit Studios, Selaco features destructible environments where voxel objects allow the player to turn the world into confetti. Smart AI that is aware of other AI around them and will work together to take the player down, take cover, run, hide, or rush the player if they run out of bullets. A lengthy, immersive story with interactive objects helping tell the narrative, all while mixing the inspiration from Fear, Quake, and Doom. There will also be endless horde modes, incursion maps, mutators, and mod support. I think the setting of this game is what puts it above Age of Hell for me, but honestly I'm equally excited about both, and I'll be picking them up on day 1 of release. And my most anticipated game of 2024 is Out of Action by indie developer Doku Games. I have been following this game for a little over a year now, watching the YouTube channel as well as participating in the Discord. The first feature that separates this one from the pack is multiplayer. With brutal action combat, bullet time, invisibility, samurai swords that block bullets, jumping, rolling, and a whole host of other gadgets and weapons, this game looks fresh, fun, and exciting. While it may not be a traditional throwback shooter, it does have a 90s anime aesthetic that I really enjoy and reminds me of one of my favorite source mods of all time, Neo Tokyo by Studio Radi 8. Doku has even shared that Neo Tokyo is an inspiration of his. Not many modern shooters today release with simple game modes like Deathmatch, and I think that is great that Out of Action is going back to the roots of multiplayer, even though it is more of a modern shooter. There will also be a single player mode with separate progression, deep loadout customization, achievements, and dedicated servers with a server browser. Hopefully the game will live up to the hype, and I will keep the channel updated as development on Out of Action progresses. Alright, there you go everybody. There were my top 10 picks of games I am most looking forward to in 2024. What did you think of my list? Did I miss any games that you can't believe I didn't include? Did you learn about a new game today? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I plan to take the rest of January off to get caught up on some other projects, so I will see you next month. Thanks again for watching. I'm SaltyOctopus, and I will see you next time. Happy fragging.